Okay, this video is for week 33's topic of transgender pride. First question, what do you love about being transgender? Um, I guess just, like, for the fact that I feel it's such a unique part of me. It doesn't define me as a person, and I think as I go, I might not even use that as one of the top things that describes me as a person, but I do feel like it's a big part of me and it's helped shape who I am today. Um, and I do take pride in being different. Um, anyway, how does being different from cisgender people give you a unique and valuable perspective on society or relationships? I really think that's something that people might not really get until you start passing or presenting successfully for a long period of time. I think the more experiences you get as male really give you a lot of insight into like how society is, because like even just the way people talk to you, interact with you changes. Guys, I got called Bud last night. Called Chief a lot. Bro, brother, um, all kinds of stuff that, of course, before I never heard except from other trans guys. So um, it's very unique, like just how I interact with other men. Also, something I think is really cool is lately at work, I've had two nurses ask me, could they borrow my muscles for a second? And um, it's just really nice to be read as male and to now be in that position where I'm the person that's um, helping lift or do things for people that require strength, I guess, physical strength. With that being said, it's almost odd to see how different things are from a male point of view. Um, People, do expect you to be able to do the physically difficult stuff that they can't do, especially being a bigger guy. I mean, I carry extra weight, but I am a bigger built guy, so I guess people, tend to assume that I'm stout. So, uh, anyway, also women aren't quite as, I don't know how to put it into words, but they don't share with you the same things they did before, or that they would have before, especially those that never knew you prior to transition. Things about their monthly cycle or shopping or how men are so this or that. You don't hear that anymore, and I think that's really interesting. Um, I do think it gives me advantage in talking to women and also about women. I really try to not degrade women. I don't use the B word, for example. Um, I mean, if somebody's really being an asshole, I've called them that, never to their face, um, but that goes for men too. I've called men that as well. So, but I really try to steer clear of degrading women and also undervaluing women and um, trying to put them into a strict gender based expectation. So, anyway, relationships, I guess it just kind of gives me more perspective into how, like, trying to relate to what my girlfriend feels and trying to remember how it was to me to cry so much because, after I started T, like, within a couple months, I could count on one hand the times I've cried after that. So, um, it's just, I think it gives me a deeper understanding of women, but also a better understanding of how to be a decent man, if that makes any sense. Uh, how do you feel about negative attitudes towards transgender people, particularly pity and disgust? Oh, I've been thinking a lot about this one lately. It seems for the most part that there is so much negativity surrounding trans people in the general population. The disgust towards a trans person bothers me, but I've got to a point where it doesn't upset me anymore. I've just tried to take that as a fact of the society we live in, and particularly the area that we live in. Um, I know in some parts of the country, trans people are um, accepted a lot more widely than around here. I just think it's a shame that people always think that, um, we're disgusting, that we're sick, or that we're just playing pretend. And those types of people will maybe never get through to them. I mean, they might never understand. Um, I just, I just wish those people didn't have to look at it that way. But they've been straight up brainwashed by the society as a whole, and thinking that we need to fit into rigid um, gender roles, and that if people even break away from it, let alone transitioning, then there must be something wrong with this. Um, I might be getting off subject here, but I do want to talk about something that I read about Chaz Bono, because as we know, Chaz has been in the spotlight with his transition. I don't have a problem with Chaz at all. In fact, I really give him props for coming out and everything and doing what he needs to be comfortable. But I've seen a person like post on one of the uh, websites that he would be punished because he got rid of healthy breast tissue and um, all this other shit. Pretty much saying that he's disrespected his body and that he'll have to pay and all this. And um, I just found it a very bizarre thing to say, because um, there's actually people that get things removed all the time that are healthy, that just choose to do so. Um, Women that have a history of breast cancer get their breasts removed all the time. Women that have back pain, women that don't like how their chest looks just because it's too large, um, do all kinds of alterations. Same with men, as far as getting facelifts, getting implants, getting extra skin cut off. The skin itself is healthy, right? So why is that so much different? Um, but anyway, and the thing of pity, when people feel pity, it doesn't quite bother me as much as the disgust, because I think in their own way they're trying to empathize, but it too easily moves over into like, oh, poor trans person, their life must be terrible, their life must be difficult. And so we get into this thing where it's almost like we're a tragic tranny, quote unquote. I don't use that word because I personally don't like it, but um, and that's so not the case. I just um, hate that sometimes our lives are overshadowed by um, negative stuff. Feeling like our life is such a struggle and this and that, and it shouldn't have to always be looked at that way. So the pity, while I think sometimes it's well meant, sometimes can start to overshadow the fact that we can be very happy and very successful in our lives and move on with our lives. So anyway, let me get off my soapbox. I hope you enjoyed watching my video, and as usual, if you have any questions, please send them to this general uh, channel or to me personally. Anyway, thanks for watching.